Good morning, YouTubers. You're right. Good afternoon, YouTuber. Ooh, hiccups.
Good morning, YouTubers!
Yesterday I was after I did my
Don't tell them about that.
first I don't normally get hiccups. I apologize. I'm sorry. Yesterday morning after I was on and I did the daily Bibles study and a couple Revelation, Patmos, vision. I didn't do much of anything else except for I listened to the Exodus. I was trying to listen to Proverbs, I think. I forget which one, but I decided to, I'm going to continue to do Revelations, but on my own time. Reading the Bible is hard because of all the small print, and it hurts to hold it right here where I don't normally have hiccups this long. I apologize. And so, listening to the Bible actually helps because I do acknowledge it more, and then I can rewind it. So, but I did make that phone call yesterday. But so I did what God wanted me to do, and what I felt He was, telling me to do. And my opinion doesn't matter, I guess, on how it turned out. I did what the Lord asked me to do, and that's all that matters. Doesn't matter that I think that it did not seem to be all the point for. The point was I finally did what He told me to do. And when I did what He finally told me to do, I finally listened with my whole heart and all my faith and did what He told me to do, regardless of the outcome, regardless of what I felt was gonna happen, which, in my opinion, what I felt the pastor was going to do in that is pretty much what had happened. But that wasn't the point behind the whole thing. God did not tell me to call Him for Him to hear me. God told me to call Him so I would hear God and obey God. It was not the point of me calling this preacher and telling him what I have to tell him, whether the minister listened or not, whether my pastor listened or not, whether my father-in-law listened or not. Yes, the pastor I had to call, and I had to ask these questions too, was my father-in-law. That we stopped going to church, our church too. That God told me to call and talk to, and that I have been putting on, because I felt it was pointless. Yeah. He wasn't going to listen to me anyway, so why should I do it? Because he told me to. It did not matter what the outcome of it was or not. God told me to do it, and finally yesterday I listened. It wasn't whether or not my stepfather heard me. That wasn't the point. It wasn't the point to let my stepfather know that I'm studying the Bible and all that. Had nothing to do with all that. It had nothing to do with, but God, he's a minister. How is he going to listen to me? It had nothing to do with that. It was me finally doing what God told me to do. Sometimes it's not what you have to do. It's the point of just doing that. It's not the outcome of what happens. He just wants you to do it. Just to see if you'll do it. He just wants to know if you'll listen to him. And when you listen to him, that proves your faith. That proves that beyond a shadow of a doubt, that no matter what he says to you, you're going to do. It's not going to matter what this minister thinks about you, what your family thinks about you. Not whatsoever. Doesn't matter. There's only one opinion in this whole world that matters on who. There's only one opinion that matters about you and on how he feels about you. And that's the only opinion that really, really matters. And now it ain't even so much your opinion about yourself. Because you may think that you don't deserve it. There's someone up there that may think that you do. My anniversary came and went, right? Believe it or not, the ones who was at my wedding, the ones who you would have thought that would have called me, the ones that participated in my wedding and on my wedding day, did not call me whatsoever. None of my family called me and said, hey, happy anniversary. But every single one of Douglas's called. And the only one outside of his kids that were there was his sister. My mother was present. My sister, her husband, my brother, they were all present at my wedding, and not one of them called me on the 5th. Does it bother me? It did on the 5th a little bit. I'm not going to say that it didn't. That my family couldn't even remember me. I'd be a liar if I didn't say it hurt a little. But you know what? None of that matters. His is the only opinion that matters. I shall return with more testimony.